Hello there, good day. So this time, let us try to have an overview of your simplified self-learning module for quarter 4, week 2. This is all about Charles' law, volume temperature relationship. Now, in this particular SSLM, you have the activity. This activity is telling you to study the table and the given illustrations below. Now, you have to fill in each blank with the correct word found in the box. Here, Kelvin, carbon dioxide, density, gas, and temperature. So these 5 words will be the answer for figure 1 and figure 2. In figure 1, a hot air balloon. There's a typo error here. Now, you only have to choose one word here to fill in the blank to complete the statement or to complete the paragraph. Secondly, we have here the figure 2, the hot fluffy bread. So you choose again 2 words here to complete the paragraph. In the analysis, you have 4 questions to be answered based on that particular activity. So number 1, based on the activity, what are the variables involved in Charles' law? The variables involved in Charles' law are basically 3 variables. 2 of these variables are interacting directly with each other, and the other one is held constant. For the second one, what do you think would happen to the gas molecules inside the inflated balloon when exposed to high temperature? How about if the inflated balloon is placed inside the refrigerator? Now, in this case, there are 2 situations. You have the situation 1, which hot or in a high temperature. Then, obviously, in the second one, inside the refrigerator, it is cold. So, what do you think will happen to the balloon? Does the volume decrease or does the volume increase? Now, take note that the balloon has an air inside and that particular air is being confined. Unless you add air, you increase the volume, or you remove air, you decrease the volume. In that particular situation or particular activity, if you have time to do this at home, if you have the balloon, you may observe that it changes its size. So what do you think? Does the volume increase or decrease? So justify your answer. Now, thirdly, how do these variables affect one another? What happens when volume increases? And on the other hand, what happens to the volume if the temperature increases? Number 4, how do you define Charles' law? Now, you're asked to define Charles' law here. In this case, all you need to do is to answer or base your definition directly from the Charles' law itself, based on the relationship between volume and temperature at constant pressure. Of course, you can expound more. However, do not go away from that particular relationship. Now, in this section, the abstraction, this will explain to you about the entire concept of the Charles' law. You need to take time to read this. I just want to note that in Charles' law uses the absolute temperature. Okay, it is Kelvin, K. Now take note here is K is Kelvin, Kelvin temperature. We also call that the absolute temperature. Now in this part here, V over T is equals to K. This is not Kelvin, instead this is what we call constant. Okay, constant, the K, which is the proportional constant. Now, in this condition, say first condition, as we note here, V1 over T1, that is in the first condition, whenever one variable changes, like the volume or the temperature, it will become volume 2 or T2. In that case, this will label as the second condition. Since it changes, so whenever one variable changes, the other one also changes. However, it will also be held constant since it is just in the same system. Okay, just like what is being shown here in this particular illustration. This is condition 1. Take note that the air is still compressed here inside. Now, as you hit this air inside, it will expand. Now, this become the condition 2. Take note, volume 1 in the first condition and volume 2 in the second condition. So the volume 2, there's a huge difference here. The gas molecules expands in this part due to the increase in temperature. Now in this section also, we have an example here for you to be guided on how to solve problems involving Charles law. So in this case, this is the problem. A sample of a gas has a volume of 65.5 milliliter at 35 degrees Celsius. What volume will the sample occupy at 0 degree Celsius when the pressure is held constant? Now take note, as we mentioned earlier, that the temperature must be converted to absolute temperature by simply adding 273.15, that is constant, to degrees Celsius. So 35 here, 35 degrees Celsius plus 273.15 is equal to 308.15 Kelvin. And that is now ready for substitution in your equation. Just follow. So since you've already labeled the condition 1 or volume 1 and temperature 1, so you just have to substitute the values. Okay, then do the operations, then you will finally get the final answer. Now, in the application, you are asked to create a video, draw or take pictures, citing 3 situation or experiences which show the concept of Charles law. Output may be sent via messenger or during module distribution or retrieval. Now, in this case, you have to follow the rubric so that you can get the maximum score. Now, in creating a video, you may either create like 1 minute more or less, citing 3 situations or experiences in that particular video. You can narrate, or you can just add subtitle, or however you may do it depending on your creativity. Now, in your drawing or in your pictures, see to it in the drawings and your picture that you must draw 3 situations differently, okay? As well as the picture, you also must submit 3, since we cannot provide 3 situations in one picture. We can do so, but it's different, okay? So it's recommended that you draw 3 illustrations or provide 3 pictures with particular explanations, citing 3 different situations or experiences. Now, next we have the long quiz. So I believe this long quiz is based on the abstraction and the entire concept of Charles law, which is being explained when you read and did the activity in this SSLM. So good luck and God bless, stay safe.